Today's video is for all parents, grandparents, soon-to-be parents, aunties, uncles, everyone, even sisters can watch this video and gain something from it because we're all in this together. We're all here to help each other so we can have a better life. Selfies. My belief system is this. If you wrap your head around this idea that imagine this world being a big balloon, right? In this balloon, we're all stuck on it. We're all here. Either you like it or not, we're all here. So every time that someone gives a positive thought, it affects all of us in it. Every time that someone gives a negative thought, it affects all of us. So if we have this belief system, then we will have the zeal, or we will have the desire to help each other, to think positively, because your negativity will affect me one way or the other. Because remember, it's a big balloon and we're all in this together. So the more positive that we are able to encourage each other to release within this balloon, the better for all of us. So that's why I made this video today, because our next generation, our children, if we are able to change our belief systems or the way we think more positively, more harmoniously, more peaceful, more joyful, more happy, right? Our next generation will continue to do that, and that will pass on to the next generation and the next generation. And by the time we know it, in 100 years, there will be no suffering. There will be no lack and limitation. There will be no, pain and disease, because we're starting to change the way we think. As much as this is very hard for people to believe, our thoughts and our thinking and our, ideas create our reality. This topic is complex in a way, so I am here to introduce you. So my next videos, if I talk about anything like this, you will have an idea, or at least you can reference to something to look at and say, oh, this is what she is talking about. So yes, so that's why I think this video is very important for us today and also for the next generation, because as you know, the next generation starts today. The past generations is today. The future is today. The past is today. So for me, the now is very, very important. Now let's continue talking about our children and how we can help them. May the Lord continue to bless us all in this year. May He shower His blessings on us. May He guide us to the right path and monitor our footsteps so we do not slip. May He guide our hands so we can give as much as our heart desires. May your family continue to be peaceful, joyful, and happy. Happy New Year's again. There's a lot coming on this channel. I do have a big dream for this channel, how I can continue to help humanity, to help my fellow humans, my tribe, in whatever way that I can. This channel focuses on that. And for those who are new, welcome here. Welcome to the Selfie group. I really appreciate you joining us. As you know, our channel focuses on spiritual care, mental care, and also physical care. So today's topic is on parenting. I call this video Parenting for All I Care because I myself, I am a parent, and I know that there are no textbooks nor booklets or pamphlets out there for us parents to practice the act of parenting. We all are doing this based on what we learn from our own parents, from our society, from our communities, our religious beliefs, or from our traditional beliefs or cultural beliefs. And we all are doing a great job, right? And I'm not here to impose my belief system onto anyone. I'm here to share with you all what I do as a parent to raise my beautiful children. So before we move on to how to do this, let's go back to the fundamentals of how our minds work. And if you are able to understand how the mind works, then it gives us the leverage to make use of it and also help our children as to what environment they should grow in, and also what kind of information we should be sharing with our children, and how we should help our children as to how they can function in society and also how they can contribute to society. I don't want to make this video too long, so because of that I decided to make it a 2 or 3 part video so that we can have enough information for today, and then next week we can follow up on, a follow-up video. Let's talk about the fundamental on how the mind works. So as we all know, we have one mind common to all of us. So the president and the guard both have the same mind. The homeless man and then the very rich man both have the same mind. So the differences are how we make use of the mind, how we practice our special beliefs and our thoughts to create our reality in our lives. Now that we know this, that there's only one mind common to all of us, then we'll see how we can help our children achieve a more fulfilling life and a more happier and content life. Now, as you know, or you may know, or at least today you will know this information, is that when a baby is in the utero, that baby, as what I believe, is that the baby is in connection with the universal superconscious mind. That baby has no barrier between the baby and the universe. Everything in the universe is in the baby, or in the baby's mind. So that baby knows everything, it's everywhere, sees everything, hears everything, right? Because the baby does not have a mind that is carnal. The baby's mind is magnificent, it's the universal superconscious mind. So that baby grows in the utero. That's why no one can ever take credit for helping a baby throughout the 9-month process, that, oh, I did this for the baby or I did that for the baby, because the baby can do everything on its own. Even if we leave them alone, as long as the mother eats, the baby can gain nutrients from that. So the baby is able to learn how to breathe. The baby is able to do everything on their own because they have the God-like mind. Now, let's say after the 9 months period, the baby comes to the world. We know that when a baby first comes out to the utero, they do not know much of anything. Their mind is completely clear, completely blank, completely pure, in the most pure state, the isness of life, right? So this baby is basically relying on the mercy of their parents, of their environment, and also of their atmosphere. So a baby really does not know what prejudice is, does not know what is stereotype or not stereotype, what is real or not real. And you can see that very clearly when a baby comes out of the utero without knowing who the mother is or what the mother is or the characteristics of this mother, or whether people think the mom is good or bad. That's somebody else's opinion. It's not the baby's opinion. So you see that the baby would latch on the mother's breast despite of what society thinks of the mother. The baby does not know that. In the sense of judgment, the baby knows the pureness of all, the clarity of all, the beauty of all, and then the abundance of all. The baby does not choose. So what happens is that as the baby grows, the superconscious mind, now it's the subconscious mind. Ideas start to develop in the baby's mind, or translate in the baby's mind, or impress in the baby's mind. So, for example, it cringes me when I hear mothers saying that their baby's room is a block away from their own room, or multiple rooms away from their own rooms. They rely on monitor, like the baby monitor, to monitor what that baby is doing from a different room. Sometimes you hear parents saying that, oh, the baby is crying. You should not rush to the baby when they start to cry. You should let them cry and soothe themselves. Or they should learn how to quiet themselves. Selfies, let us not do that. Let us not do that. Because when we do that, what's happening is that you are teaching that baby their feelings, their emotions, and their desires do not matter. So what happens is that that baby is learning how to trust, because remember, when they came out here, they are completely blank. So if you, the mother, looks at that baby while they're crying and you say to yourself, oh, let them cry, they will be quiet or they will go to sleep, on their own, you're teaching that baby to not trust later on in life. You are impressing in their subconscious mind to not trust later on in life. And it is going to bring on a lot of, adverse effects later on in life. That baby might grow up to not trust people in their lives. So it is very crucial, really, to take care of a baby's mind as to what is impressed into their mind between that tender ages, from birth all the way to 1 year. Now, it is said that if we miss the first 3 years of a child's life, we are in deep, deep waters, because that 3 years of a child's life, it's the most important, most crucial times as to what information will dictate how that child will live later on, in life. Because all of us, everyone, we're always living in our subconscious state. The subconscious mind is the mind that never sleeps. It's the mind that gives you everything. It never forgets anything. And it is very smart that if you ever read a book, that impression is on the subconscious mind. Every reaction, every feelings and thoughts and taste and all the 5 senses that comes to play, it's always in your subconscious mind because it leaves an impression on there. So the first 3 years of a child's life, that time, the subconscious mind, it's active. It's super, super active. The child's mind is like an open cassette, right? It's an open cassette where it's always recording. Always recording. So if grandma ever said, you are a bad child, and that records in the child's mind. That's why you see some 80-year-olds, 70-year-olds, 60-year-olds are still dealing with traumas that happened to them when they were in their younger years, like 5 years, 10 years, or even 3 years. Some people can go back and remember what had happened to them when they were at that age. So it is important when you have a newborn all the way to age 5, I would say, before they go to kindergarten, monitor what kind of information you are impressing into their subconscious mind. Monitor what kind of information others are telling your child about how they should feel or how they should think or how they should believe. Because, for example, the false belief that when you go out in the cold or when you go out in the rain, you are going to get sick. Now, if we give those false impression on the child's mind and the child believes that and the child goes out in the rain, obviously he or she is going to get sick, because the subconscious mind does not joke. The subconscious mind does not discriminate. Whatever you put in the subconscious mind, I say it always go all over the world to find it for you and give it to you as you desire or as you ask. So the subconscious mind is really the mind that we should not joke with and we should not mess with. Make sure that your belief system are pure, are good, are great, significant, constructive, instead of having these false beliefs and then impressing your subconscious mind about these beliefs. They are going to come to pass because the mind does believe or gives you whatever you ask. Okay, so I pray that this video finds you well. I pray that this video finds you happy, joyful. Peace be upon you, and God Almighty's blessings.